Welcome all to our channel here, and I want us to look at this new development at William Samoei Ruto's campaign strategy. William Ruto appointed former Citizen TV anchor Hussein Mohamed as head director of communications, William Ruto campaigns. So this appointment came barely a week after I analyzed in this channel that it was high time for William Ruto to hire a professional head of communications instead of relying on Dennis Itumbi. Then I think after that, it just took some 1 week, and I think people who have been following this channel, as some people even reminded me that what I was analyzing actually came to pass. So Hussein Mohamed was appointed. But so let me just tell you that around William Ruto, there are 4 communication personnels. One is Emmanuel Talam, who is head of communications at the office of the deputy president. I think that one sits in Harambee Annex. Then there is Wanjohi Githai, head of communications to United Democratic Alliance Party. That one, he sits at the headquarters of UDA. Now there is Dennis Itumbi, who was a chief digital strategist. In simple terms, Dennis Itumbi is just a propagandist. He's also someone around William Ruto. So of course we were thinking that he was going to be fired, but I think if you look at his recent posts, he's still around William Samoei Ruto. Then comes the man of the game, Hussein Mohamed. Hussein Mohamed is taking charge of William Ruto's campaign messaging, specifically his campaigns. Now there is a recent post, there is first post in his Facebook page, and I just went through it and I just wanted to dissect around it because in my own perspective, I saw that that is the new way of communication. It is the new approach that William Samoei Ruto is now trying to bring up as we get to this other phase of campaigns. But before I look at that post, I did not find time to maybe analyze. I did not analyze on his appointment, but I think I had some 3 observations. What Hussein Mohamed has finally brought to William Ruto's campaign. 1, Hussein Mohamed is going to make sure that William Ruto have a rapport with the journalists. I think you have to give it all. William Ruto realized that he's not been getting a very good coverage, good, balanced and objective coverage in the Kenyan mainstream media. So I think acquiring the services of Hussein Mohamed is not only on the professional ground, but is also on a public relations ground. So because Hussein Mohamed is someone who has worked with these giant media stations. He has worked with KTN, he has worked with Citizen, and he is now very close to the journalists. So William Ruto realized that there's many of his stories that cannot even get to the media. Hussein Mohamed is bringing the credibility. I opined why he needed to get rid of Dennis Itumbi is because Dennis Itumbi was more of a propagandist. But I think with Hussein Mohamed, you will see William Ruto now sending press releases to media houses, and even he can even host a press release on behalf of deputy president to make a communication. And he's also going to inject a rapport with the civil society. As the first way William Ruto is going, he's going to interact with the civil society because we have issues of election observers that are coming. In preparation to the elections, he's going to communicate not only the publics of William Ruto, is not only communicating to IBC and maybe communicating to register of political parties and the media, but it's also this communication that William Ruto is going to interact with the civil society, especially when he's doing these other cases. For example, they are planning to challenge the political parties bill. He might even use the civil society to challenge on behalf of UDA as a party. So I think is a wholesome approach to make sure that he's loaded on matters communication. If you look at Hussein Mohamed's post, it really cuts across, gives us a picture of what we expect from him. Guys, before I read for you that post, if you're new to this channel, kindly take a second and subscribe. Just confirm your subscription, because YouTube is going to help. That is going to help us increase this channel. And I want to say thank you to over 2,900 subscribers that have already subscribed to this channel. Straight, let's look at that post. And I just wanted to dissect the parts of it. The title is Ruto's Collision with the People. Now, one thing that I have realized, and let me just read for you even the first paragraph. His Excellency William Ruto is the embodiment of an inclusive, transformative, and strategic leadership style that attracts Kenyans with a similar intent. Even as of that first paragraph, it tells you that what Hussein Mohamed strategy with William Ruto is to make sure that he concentrates this issue of William Ruto's leadership style, confined it to William Ruto. Because, now if you look at this post, we are going to look at it, I've gone through it. He has only mentioned that William Ruto and partners, but he has not mentioned ANC Musalia Mudavadi or Ford Kenya Party leader. What this tells you is that William Ruto is handling his own presidential campaign as himself. I don't even think that Musalia Mudavadi is part of that campaign team. Although at an advanced stage, Musalia Mudavadi in 2017 was Raila Odinga's chief campaign, the head of Raila Odinga's campaign. So he's very resourceful, by the way. But I think as to what we understand here, Hussein Mohamed wants to take charge of William Ruto's campaign as William Ruto, but not to put it wholesomely, including the other NASA co-principals. The other Alliance co-principals. Now, if you look at the paragraph 3, UDA promises an economic revolution anchored on constitution, taking resources down to the people that really need it. I've chosen the third paragraph deliberately because the first paragraph, he spoke about William Ruto as the embodiment. The third paragraph, he spoke about UDA. Now, the third paragraph, it's also on UDA. The fourth paragraph is also starting with William Ruto. What am I singling it, this second paragraph? What it only tells you is that this bottom-up economic model, despite the fact that now Musalia Mudavadi and Ford Kenya Party leaders are in the fold, but for it to sell, for it to stick at the minds of William Ruto supporters, it must be confined around UDA and William Ruto. That is it. You cannot use the word hustler, nation, and include Musalia Mudavadi. Because for one, Musalia Mudavadi is not a hustler. And I think that is the point. That is the question that I think I saw some analyst asking. When you bring in Musalia Mudavadi, the conventional wisdom will tell you that Musalia Mudavadi is not a hustler, because Musalia Mudavadi came in government in 1989 after the father died, Mudamba, the senior Mudavadi, Moses Mudamba. And after that, he was made a minister. And by the way, he's the longest serving minister from 1989 to 2002 when Moi was leaving government. So he's not really the hustler. You cannot use the photo of William Ruto and Musalia Mudavadi and say hustler nation, because those are totally two different characters. But with Pesa Mfukoni, a little bit it works because it's more of an ideology of a political party that is owned by Musalia Mudavadi. So that is what is also here, that they are keen to confine the issue of the bottom up on William Ruto and UDA, and not to bring in the other fellas. Third thing that I'm also realizing here is that I want to draw something from the last paragraph. Today, His Excellency William Ruto and his partners welcome Keroche Brewery CEO Tabitha Karanja, among others, to the Hustler movement. Now, part of what I would expect from Hussein Mohamed, and that is what I think he started doing, is trying to find variety of visualization or alternative visualization of the hustler movement. If you look at the brand of the strategy that Dennis Itumbi uses, it's more of the propaganda. And actually Dennis Itumbi is propagating this issue like tunateswa, kuna madharau na kuna nini. He's talking more about that. William Ruto vis-a-vis deep state. Now, that is one way of visualizing the William Ruto. Second, what Hussein Mohamed is doing, he wants to visualize different aspects, varieties of the hustler nation. That is why, if you were the way he was talking about Tabitha Karanja is the CEO of Creation Breweries. Of course, he's a millionaire, but you have to find a way that he still fits within the framework of the hustler nation. So what you will see is more of this. I think I said that is more of this. Hussein Mohamed will be more, if William Ruto goes somewhere, one, he's going for the human eye. You know, he's a journalist. He's going for the human eye. If William Ruto is going to give, is going anaenda kukula maybe mandazi kwa hoteli, if he does that, those are some of the few stories that's going to pick. The next day, if William Ruto is being joined by another senior politician, maybe from government, maybe civil servant from government is joining UDA, he must find a way, he formulates, he brands that entry in UDA or that entry to support William Ruto still under Hustler Nation. So what he's going to do mostly is to visualize Hustler Nation. And the script very clear here is you visualize Hustler Nation in the confines. You must confine it to William Samoei Ruto. And I think for me, I can say here that he's going to be a very good input to William Ruto's campaign messaging. That is going to add some consistency and convergence. There is going to be consistency in terms of what he posts and what is posted at William Ruto's Facebook page. Actually, I know the person who is going to take charge, the person who is now managing William Ruto's Facebook page is him. Although he's a director and he's working under some people, but he's in control of William Ruto's Facebook page. He's control of what William Ruto is posting in Twitter. And now he's also using it to do it on his own Facebook page. Lastly, what is the perceptual value of this appointment? This appointment also shows that William Ruto is the presidential candidate in the UDA-ANC alliance. There have been this question of, do you think William Ruto is going to support Musalia? No. William Ruto already has a campaign team with a board, with probably a chairman, with head of communications there. So I can tell you, to which extent is he going to take all this infrastructure that is put together and all these tools that he has gathered and go and give Musalia Mudavadi? I don't think. What only this shows that he's also trying to say that these people are asking, ama atapatia Mudavadi, ama atafanya. No. He's trying to affirm that he's in charge of his politics and he's going to vie. That is what's also another perspective to this appointment. So guys, thank you very much for following. Yesterday, the 27th of January, Raila Odinga received some members from William Ruto's home ground. And of course, in my next analysis, we are going to look at that.